It's actually really lucky that I've just got this dunce random event, because I got one about an hour and a half ago and I put it on the wrong skill. I put it on smithing when I forgot that I had actually started doing it to crafting instead. But there we go, our first level of the video is 38 crafting. That takes us to within 5 levels of our goal of level 43. There is a long running joke that I just get cabbages and onions and boots from mystery boxes. So what am I going to get this time? Hey, a loop half of key. I'm not sure how rare that is, but it's actually something that's fairly decent to get. I'm actually kind of happy. The playtime on Chunk Danny has just hit a mind-boggling 50 days of in-game time. I started this account on the 29th of February, and 5 months later I have 50 days, so I'm averaging 10 in-game days a month, which to be honest is quite embarrassing how much I've been playing this account. But I rolled Lumbridge on April the 24th, so 3 months ago roughly, since on the day of recording this clip that I rolled Lumbridge, and started the mining grind. So we've now hit 50 days, so I'm going to say since April the 24th we've played this account for 30 in-game days, just going off the laws of averages, because I haven't really played more than I was before. So that kind of shows you how long this mining and smithing grind has been. Once I finish, I will work out like how much XP I've got per day and have a graphic on that on the screen, but 50 in-game days, and I'd say over half of that has been mining and smithing, so that's an insane amount of time. 50 days obviously is 1200 hours, so I'd probably say 700 hours mining and smithing. Insane. Another dunce random event, and it's going to get us another crafting level. We've got very lucky with them so far this episode. And there it is, level 39 crafting, now just 4 levels to go. You get another mystery box, can we get 2 decent rewards in a row? And we get the 3,000 coins, that is rare drop table. I believe that's back-to-back rare drop table, which is quite mad considering for the first 15 or so I just got pure cabbage and cheese. My friend Edgy Bob has just watched my last video where I got the fox whistle, and he is in agreement with Chunklius that it should not be a running joke that I am spooned, because it is in fact true. And to be honest, he just seems a bit salty that RNG is slightly favourable towards me instead of others, but I think it's just jealousy, you know? I think it's just jealousy. But anyway, if you remember the name EdgyBob044, then you are a true OG and fan of the Chunk Denny YouTube. He was obviously in the second episode where I was getting 58 cooking, and he was the only one there to celebrate that milestone with me. Now he is still in Edgeville, as he is a chunker himself, but he has since rolled Lumbridge, and as such on the 70 mining grind and smithing grind that I was on. So shout out to him, shout out to my favourable RNG, and yeah, it's like it's not nice to just like be jealous. Like, just be happy for me, you know, just be happy for me. There's no need to be salty. If you take a quick glance at the right hand toolbar on the screen, you can see that level 70 requires 588 smithing XP. We have 5,300 silver ore banked, and we only have to bank less than 600 more XP until we finished. That is how much longer we have. 43 silver ore to go, and we are finally done. 3.5 months nearly, and we are so nearly done. It's going to be an amazing feeling. Walking back to the bank after our last trip of mining silver. We only needed 43, I think it was, until we had banked level 70. And this is just confirmation of that. We have just banked 54. So we are done. Mining is done. Refresh calculator. Yeah, we've banked level 70. I can't believe I'm done. I'm done mining. I'm done walking back and forwards between that mine. It's all I've done for 3 months. I am so happy. All we have to do now is smith it all. And we're done! On this inventory of silver, just smelting it in the Edgeville furnace, we are getting level 69 smithing. Nice. First of all, it's a very nice level. You can probably tell in my voice, I'm in a good place. I've overcome the hurdle. It took it out of me, and I had the mental strength to persevere. It's not as long as some other chunk accounts I've had to do on some grinds. But to me, this is the longest grind I've ever done on this game. And I managed to get through it, so yes! 1 level to go and a total level of 975. It has been a long time since I fought Obal, probably a couple months at this point, so inevitably I'm going to be rusty during this fight, and I'm actually on the enchant ring spell, which isn't ideal, but we get the snare off and it should just be plain sailing from here. But I thought I would come and take a couple kills at Obal because I need some alcohols to aid towards the 5 million Edgeville respawn, which will be the next big goal after the mining and smithing. So yeah, just running around Obal, just going to include this kill because yeah, it's been a while since I've included some Obal content, and hopefully we can spoon another drop. Well, that's not ideal, getting smacked into the wall 15, but it's fine, we'll just run from corner to corner like our tactic is. And we're getting quite low on health. I'm not really liking this, so I might have to use a couple more snares, but I'd rather save the nature runes if possible. Okay, this is getting squeaky bum time now. And oh no, I've splashed. And oh no, I'm down to 6 HP. No! Oh my. Okay, I did tell you I'd be rusty before that fight started, so oh my goodness. It's not ideal, that is it? Decided to go back to Obal straight after just to avenge myself and just make myself feel a bit better, because a bit embarrassing dying to Obal once you've already greenlogged him, but there we go. Just showing Obal who's boss, and we get a nice death rune drop. We are now 1 kill away from having a very nice kill count. Now that I'm so close to level 70 smithing, I've actually stopped getting smithing XP, just a couple hundred XP before level 70. I'm just waiting till a few of my friends are online all at the same time so that the clan announcement will go off together, so they have helped me through that, and it will be a nice moment to share with everyone at the same time. So in the meantime, I will be fletching all of the 8 or so thousand U logs that are in my bank account. In my bank, and yeah, we're going to get 79 smithing. The banked XP plugin is telling me it's a great plugin. This, you've probably seen it in the last few videos, but I use it quite a lot. The only annoying thing is for me is when you're trying to calculate smithing, it doesn't take into account bronze, the components that make bronze, so tin and copper, which has been very annoying for me because that's one of the main things I've been mining, secondly behind silver. But yeah, we are fletching. We'll be fletching probably all day now. Yeah, there's 7,000 U logs left. We've just hit level 76 fletching, which I did actually miss. And yeah, It's gonna annoy me to get 79. I'm currently 79 mining and I'll be 79 fletching. So I'm thinking I might mine to 80, just power mine iron or something, and then seeing as I need 5 million coins and the logs I have aren't actually enough to get that I will probably woodcut and then get enough logs to get level 80 fletching as well. That would be a nice little clan announcement if I get 2 80s and a 70 at the same time. Plus it will soothe the raging OCD that being so close to 2 big milestones gives me. But yeah, positive aspects on the account going forwards. A long day of fletching gives us the reward from going from level 75 all the way up to level 79, just as I said. We have enough bank to get to within 55,000 XP of level 80. So once we have finished cutting all the logs we've got, we're just going to be doing some wood cutting, cutting some willows, cutting some yews, whatever we feel like at the time, and just cutting down the experience to level 80. Not a chunk task, but just it will look good and it's a huge level. Starting the mining grind has really drilled at home just how long it's going to take to hit level 70 smithing. To get level 70 smithing purely from silver is 53,000 silver ore into bars. We took a quick break from Obal just to do a few inventory of silver. I was very close to level 50 anyway. I'm used to just going to the blast furnace and getting crazy amounts of XP per hour. As we just hit level 60 smithing there. Right. Today is the day we get 70 smithing. I have 2 friends with me and I am waiting on a third. These 3 I would say are the main people who have been there for me throughout this entire grind. Either they've experienced it themselves, or they've done similar, or they have to do this grind in the future. They are Chunklius, Extremely Lost, and the famous IR Chunky Man, who have all agreed to join me and be with me when I get this massive level that I've worked so hard for. Now my inventory is a bit interesting. There are 5 skills that we are going to get, and I have been saving these up for a couple days, as you can tell by the 3 XP lamps in my inventory. I didn't want to waste them, so I just kept them in my inventory. So yeah, let's go spam the CC with a bunch of levels. In first, level 40 range. Up second, level 40 crafting. Up next, the big one, 70 smithing, and with one swing of my pickaxe gives me a massive mining level, level 80, and all that's left now is 80 fletching. We can now make magic short bows. 5 massive levels. My 3 friends are here with me. The CC is going crazy. It's done. It's all done. The only things now I have to do is 43 crafting and 5 million for the respawn, and I can roll. It's within touching distance now, and I just wanted to say a big thank you to these 3 who at some point have had to motivate me, because I just, stopped me giving up. And yeah, a lot of you are probably thinking 70 smithing isn't like that big of a grind, but the worst part is walking turn back from the bank. Like, it's like a 2-minute walk, I'd say, and because you're level 1 agility, carrying all of the ores to and from the bank, like, it's so tedious. It takes such a long time as well, because I did it all with a bronze pickaxe. So I've got up to 80 mining with a bronze pickaxe, mining silver and bronze. So 3.5 months after we rolled this chunk, we've completed what we set out to do, which was 70 mining and 70 smithing. We can now tick those off the to-do list and focus on the last two, which is 5 million and 43 crafting. As you can see, I used those lamps straight onto crafting. Like, I didn't want to just waste them on something else to free up the inventory, so I saved them. And yeah, thanks everyone. Right, here is my cumulative experience gained in mining. And this is starting on the 4th of March, which was just after I made my account. I had 35 all the way up until the start of May, or the end of April, which is when I rolled Lumbridge and unlocked a pickaxe. So between the end of April and the 7th of August, I received 1.9 million experience, and I did have a couple of weeks in the middle where I didn't do any mining. That was when I was on holiday and was getting ready to have a daughter. So I think you can give me the benefit of the doubt for those 2 weeks. But apart from that, you can see that I was mining pretty much constantly. Not when I was not busy. So bearing in mind, this never went above 4,000 XP an hour, and I ended up on 2 million. That's at least 500 hours, and there were days where I was getting 3k because I was working, or 2k. So you can clearly see why that's going 500, 600, 700 hours in total. It's genuinely mind-boggling how slow it was, and if I roll another smithing grind, say 85 smithing, to be honest, I might just backlog it, because I don't know if I can take doing that again, unless I get a better method. If I get Motherlode Mine, or if I get an anvil, then that changes things. But if I have to go back to Edgeville Mine to get another smithing goal, I probably will just backlog it at that point, because that's not something that I will enjoy. Now, if we have a quick look at the smithing graph, there we go. You can see that before I unlocked Lumbridge, I was lamping smithing, and here we go. You can see that I'm getting minimal amounts of XP. And between the end of February and the start of May, I had 4,000 smithing XP, which I think is level 15. And then yeah, we just did it in chunks. Mined a lot, smithed a lot, mined a lot, smithed a lot, mined a lot, smithed a lot. I'm so happy it's done. I know I've talked about it a lot, and I'm sorry if it's getting boring, but I just wanted to put a bit of like an image to the words, so I could actually like just show you the process of what I've been doing, and to show that I actually have been mining literally every day. I think in the past 30 days I was mining for 27 of them. For as long as I can, I have been putting off the 5 million Edgeville respawn. But now that there is basically nothing else to do, it is time to liquidate my entire bank, including bows, bowstrings, bars, all of the bronze items I've made, some ores, and basically everything that I won't need going forward. It also means taking out the placeholders of the rune items that I've got from Obal. I will be keeping one of each item, but we will be taking everything else out of the bank in order to make this 5 million. Now I know for a fact that I have 5 million banked, but what is the factor is how many silver bars will I have to sell? My guess is I'm going to have to sell at least 20,000 of them, alongside every single of the 27,000 willow longbows and also the 10,000 yew longbows. We do have the option of selling some runes, but I don't think we're going to be going ahead with that option because I think runes will be very important to the count going forward, as I also don't have a rune shop. So we're just going through here, releasing all the stuff that we no longer need. I will be keeping both earth staffs just in case I have a bit of a boo-boo and end up losing one, because the value of them is quite low comparatively with other things. So if I did happen to die to a PK with an earth staff, I might actually end up losing the earth staff. So I'm going to be keeping both of those. But yeah, if you have a look at my invent, I've got 174,000 coins, nearly 39,000 silver bars, as well as just a random smattering of items. So yeah, let's get into the selling, and I think I'm going to have to hop at least probably 3,000 times to the general store. It is not going to be fun at all, but let's go. One of the biggest questions I have is how many of each item should I sell in each world? Obviously I have a lot of small stacks, so as I'll be hopping loads, I will be selling one of those per world. But with the big items such as the bows and the bars, I don't know how many of each item I should sell per world. Now if you didn't know, when you sell an item to the general store, it starts at low alchemy price, which is actually 40% of the item's original like in-game price. And each additional item you sell, the price goes down 3%. So you sell one yew longbow for 256 coins, as that's the low alchemy price. The item then gets 3% less money when you sell it 10 times, and when you get to the 10th, when there are 10 items in stock, it stays selling for 10%. So if you sell 10 items, the 11th item and the 50th item will both sell for 10%. So the method is you want to maximize your money you're going to make, but also not spend all month hopping. So ideally you would sell one per world in every world, but that's not really viable because then you'd be hopping 30,000 times, there'd be hop limits and all these things. So to start with, I'm going to sell 5 silver bars per world, and I'm actually in a free-to-play world now, so this is going horribly wrong. But I think to start with, I'm going to sell 5 uncut yew longbows per world, 10 unstrung willow bows, and 5 silver bars per world, and we'll see how it goes. We can always change it if we're not making enough money or if we're running out of the item. So yeah, it's just occurred to me actually while I'm hopping around selling stuff that I've actually got all my rune items in my inventory, and that is just a catastrophe waiting to happen. I really don't want to accidentally sell them to the store, so I'm just going to alch them really quickly. Obviously high alch price is much higher than low alch price, so selling them to the general store would genuinely just be an absolute nightmare. So we're going to avoid that and just quickly alch them all here. And the cash stack's already over 400k, so we've got 5 rune meds, it should take it up to about 480k, and then a 4 rune longsword. So we're looking at probably just over 550k once I finish alching all of my rune items. That's a very promising start indeed. And yeah, we'll check back periodically, just see how things are going, maybe adjust how many we're selling per world and things like that. But yeah, it's going really well so far. So we've got through all of our small stacks, and now we only have 5 stacks of items left, mainly being the bows, the bars, the rune, plate bodies, and also 1 yew longbow strung per world. Currently getting about 3,000 gold a world, which is quite beautiful, I won't lie. And we have just hit the 1 million coin cash stack. So that's the first time we've seen that on this account, 1 million coins. It is obviously going to get 5 times higher than that. But after 52 days of game time, we finally have a cash stack of more than 1 million. And yeah, that actually feels pretty good to see. And it's quite depressing that after all this work and after all this effort of hopping around selling everything, we're going to lose the money instantaneously. But there you go. So we're back a bit later, just hit the 2 million coin mark, so we're 2/5 of the way there. Obviously the first million was much quicker than all the others will be because I had all of the rune items to ALK, so yeah, it's not as quickly as it was, but it's not going too slowly at all. We're still getting some good money per world. We have run out of the strung yew longbows, so we only got 4 items we're selling each world now. And we're currently doing 10 silver bars, 10 willow longbows, 5 yew longbows, and 1 bronze plate body. So you've just hit 2 million coins, and yeah, free to go. So this is what I was worried about when I started doing this grind. Too many login attempts. So basically, I've hopped too many times in a short period of time, so now Jagex is not letting me log in. I think you get 1 extra login attempt per minute, and there's a limit of, I think it's 500, but don't quote me on that because I'm not actually 100% sure. But yeah, each minute you get an extra login attempt, so I think it will take a good few hours to replenish them, and it's quite late at the minute, so I'm just gonna bank everything. I am going to go to bed because I have been hopping around 500 times, I think it's been, since I've started, and I'm tired, so yeah, bedtime for me. Welcome back to a new day where all of my hops have been replenished, and we've just hit 2.5 million, so we've just hit the halfway mark. We've got 31,000 silver bars left, 13,000 willow longbows, and just over 5,000 yew longbows. As it stands, I don't think I'm going to make 5 million without selling about 20,000 of the silver bars at the end. I think we're about 300,000 or 400,000 short, so I might do a bit of woodcutting if I need to AFK at any point, because then I can fletch the bows and make it so I don't need to sell quite as many silver bars right at the end. And just like I said, doing some AFK woodcutting while I've got some time, and we've just hit level 88 woodcutting. We are just about to hit 4 million gold on the account, with 4,000 willow bows left, 2,000 yews, and 23,000 silver. We're currently making about 1,900 gold every time we hop, and we will run out of bows with about 200,000 coins remaining. So it may be a case of just spamming the silver bars right at the end. But we're getting very close now, and the bows will take us most of the way, and the silver bars will finish us off. I got my calculations slightly wrong. We've just hit 4.9 million gold, and we've only got 5 bows left. So we're going to, this is the last hop, and now we're just going to spam the last of the silver bars. I think we'll have about 10,000 left. We started with 38,000, so we've already sold 20,000 whilst we've been hopping. This is going to be painful, but let's mass sell these silver bars, because quite frankly I've been doing this for hours across several days and it's very tedious, and I just want it to be over, so I can't be bothered to hop more. I'm just going to sell them all. The cash stack is slowly getting to the fabled 5 million. We're very close to being done now, and I think it looks like we're going to have 12,000 bars left. So we're just finishing now. Can we get a nice round 5 million? There we go. 5,038,000 coins is all we have on the account, So let's go and get this 5 mil, which the 5 mil respawn, which I believe is purchased from Death's office. I'm not actually 100% sure, I haven't looked it up, but to be honest, that makes the most sense to me. Have you come to retrieve something? No. More options. Can I change how I die? Is that the right option? Okay, no, it doesn't look like there's actually an option to select the 5 million respawn. Maybe it's from Crystalia, and maybe that makes more sense. So we'll head over to Crystalia and we'll see if we'll see if she can give us the 5 million respawn. Okay, let's see if Crystalia has the option. Yeah, what do you want? More options maybe? What can you do apart from the Slayer Master stuff is probably the option that makes the most sense. Perhaps you'd like... Okay, here we go, the Edgeville respawn. Tell me more. And yeah, I believe we found the option. So there's one-off payment of 5 million coins, which has taken me 54 days to acquire. There we go. The Edgeville respawn has been bought, has been purchased. It has been one of my tasks since the beginning of my account creation, all those months and months ago. So now I'm just going to suicide. For the very first time, I will spawn in Edgeville, so I just want to check that out. Obviously, killing yourself with nettles takes a while, so I will just speed this up. And there we are, respawned in Edgeville with my beautiful gravestone. That is genuinely beautiful, and I do not feel at all miserable that I've just spent 5 million coins on that. But now my bank value is sitting at 11 million with only 38 coins, which is very depressing. The last skilling challenge that we have to do in this chunk is to just get 43 crafting. We're currently level 40, so all we need to do is get 3 levels worth. And we're going to do that by killing cows, telegrabbing the cow raw beef, and then cooking that on a range to make sinew, which we can then spin into a crossbow string. Spinning a sinew into a crossbow string gives you the same amount of XP as spinning flax does, so it's 15 XP a time, and we need to kill 700 cows, and that will give us enough sinew to hit level 43 crafting. But if we get any random events or lamps or anything in the meantime, that will go quicker. To be honest, if we do get any lamps, I probably won't lamp crafting now, as we have quite a good method here. I'll probably start lamping Hunter again instead. But yeah, this shouldn't take too long. I'm not expecting this to take more than just a couple of hours. We're getting some pretty decent magic XP killing these cows, and we've just hit level 57 magic. We have to cast over 700 telekinetic grabs, so that's got at least 28,000 XP plus the XP for killing the cows itself. So I'm expecting to get up to maybe level 59 magic from this grind. Level 59 magic coming in. I think that's the last magic level we're going to get from this grind, but we can now cast Fire Blast, which is really nice. I don't know when I'm going to use that, but I'm sure I'll use that in the future, as it's the best Death Rune spell. We're getting close now to getting all the raw beef we need. I think there's only a couple hundred left, so once we've done that, we can quickly get the rest of this chunk finished. There we are, 700 raw beef cooked into sinew. We now have 43 crafting banks. All we need to do now is go and spin it on the Lumbridge spinning wheel. But I realised something that made me feel like a complete idiot that I haven't noticed before. We have 5 quest steps to do before we can finish this chunk. Those quest steps involve Cook's Assistant, which is probably the easiest quest on the game, unless you take into account Doric's quest, which is arguably just as easy. Now, I can only do the 2 steps where you give him an egg and you give him the pot of flour. But there's actually no way of getting flour without killing imps. And killing imps drops flower at a 1 in 64 drop rate. So what that means is I am going to have to kill God knows how many imps just to get the pot of flower. I really hope it doesn't take too long. I see people in the CC killing hundreds and hundreds of imps and they just don't drop what they need. So I hope that's not the case here. I only need one pot of flower and then I can genuinely finish the chunk. So let's see how long it takes. So anyone who has killed imps before knows they teleport away, and it's genuinely so annoying because they always teleport outside of the chunk and I genuinely just can't make it there. So after a few kills I normally have to hop around and find the new one. Obviously they're not always in the spawn where they should be and all those other things, so it just adds unnecessary time and it's really annoying. So I started killing imps on about 60 kills. I had 60 kills from right back at the start of my account when I needed a pot of flour for the pita bread. So I've killed so far about 140 imps. The next imp is actually the 200th kill. So we're getting very dry. We're over 2 times the drop rate, and the running joke of me being spooned have been proven untrue. So I want to hear no more of me being spooned in the comments, because this is proof that I am not spooned. But yeah, kill 200 to get at this kill? No. Let's keep going. Oh my god, we finally got it on about 260 kills later. So we started on kill 60 and we got it on kill number 320. That's a 1 in 64 drop, and it took us 260 kills to get, so over 4 times the rate, which is pretty disgusting. But I had the record one ready because I was about to hit a new milestone on the account, quite a big level to be honest, and I was nowhere near this level when I started killing imps. So I'm just gonna kill a man just to get the level, just because I am within about 40 experience points. But there you go, level 60 magic on the account. All that's left to do now is to turn in the egg and the pot of flour to the cook, start Rune Mysteries, start the Restless Ghost, I think it's the Restless Ghost anyway, and do the first 2 steps of X marks the spot. Following those 5 steps, we just have to do 43 crafting, so spinning 700 sinew into crossbow strings, and then we will be done in this chunk. Spinning the sinew into crossbow strings won't take long at all. We're going to get 41 crafting in this inventory, and then all we need then is to finish the rest for the last 2 levels. Level 42 crafting, just 1 to go now. And the last inventory of sinew into crossbow strings is being completed. Level 43 crafting. We finished every single chunk task we have available to us. We started on the 24th of April and it's now the 10th of August, so 3.5 months we have finally finished every single possible thing in this chunk. So we're just going to cut the diamond, which is the chunk task, and we will finally be done. There you go, chunk task complete, cut a diamond, 107.5 XP per diamond. And now we just have to look forward to what we're going to roll, but we'll go through that in a second. Let's have a quick look at the bank. Total level of 996. Let's go through our bank and see what we've achieved in this chunk. So we have 38 coins in the bank, not bad considering the bank is worth 12.6 million. We have a nice amount of herbs and amount of seeds, although we can't use any of those yet. We have a nice amount of ensouled heads too. Our best food on the account is still fried onions, although we have some chicken, beef and bread as well. Now when it comes to runes, we don't have actually that many runes left. We have quite a lot of body runes, a nice amount of death runes. We've used over probably 900 of our lore runes teleporting when we were smithing on the Lumbridge anvil, as well as when we had to telegrab 750 raw beef, and only 27 nature runes, so we're running really low on runes, although we've got loads and loads of arrows for future range training. That takes us down to our mining and our smithing tab, which has taken a massive hit in the past few days. We have 24 silver ore and 12,000 silver bars, 0 iron ore, 0 mithril ore, 0 adamant ore, 0 adamant bars because we sold it when we were selling to the general store, although we do have 2,400 iron bars for when we have a smithing anvil in the future, as well as having loads of gems for when we can create jewellery. We got nearly 200 bird's nests just about, including a fox whistle as well, and some forestry leaves, as well as the Obal drops, of which we have 1 of each left, and the clue items, of which we only have completed about 9. With all that said and done, it is time to roll. Our chunk is completed, and I can't believe it's been completed because it's taken us 3.5 months. But without further ado, let's get ahead and roll. Okay, so here is my chunk picker map. We have now completed both of these tasks, and as such we have finished the chunk. We have completed 38 out of 38 tasks. There are a couple at the bottom, such as obtain a fox whistle, sturdy beehive parts, etc., that I have added onto my chunk because I actually unlocked these, so they weren't actually part of my chunk task when I rolled the chunk initially. So it's time to think about what I could possibly roll here. There are a couple of free rolls. Number 2, for example, has, I believe, no chunk task. So if I roll number 2, that gives me another free roll. I believe it's the same with the monastery because I can't actually get there yet. So yeah, that's the same. There are some quite bad rolls. The Ferox Enclave is a 1 million coin respawn, so that's a potential. So that's a potential 1 mil that I'd have to make. Number 4 here is a 90 mining grind for a size 9 shooting star. Barbarian Village, which is just south of Edgeville, has quite a few, but the highest I believe is 70 grafting for a power amulet, and we can't actually do a slayering because we haven't unlocked the slayer task to be able to do it. Right next to Barbarian Village is Western Varrock, which has quite a lot of tasks. Yeah, so there you go. I don't think that'll be too long of a grind. Then you have the Varrock Palace, which has another few tasks. Part Wild Pie, I think that's 85 cooking, so I think I would have to go back to the Giant Rats maybe to get 85 cooking, which would not be pleasant at all. Then around Lumbridge we have Alcarid, which gives us the gem stool, I believe, yeah. But the only potential chunk task there is the feud. We have South Lumbridge Swamp, which is catch raw anchovies and also a size 9 shooting star, so that's also 90 mining. So there's two chunks already that have 90 mining. So if I roll both of those, then I will have to get 90 mining either way. Then west of Lumbridge is the ham hideout, so there's a lot of ham stuff. North of Lumbridge is just a couple of quest tasks really, and there's also a big one which is Soul Wars. So dragon armor, runite bolts, soul cape, there's also a pet as well. This is by far the longest chunk, I believe, the Isle of Souls. So we are just going to dive in. We are going to unpick that, and we are going to roll 2. This action is not reversible. We last rolled on the 24th of April. It is now the 10th of August. So it's been 3.5 months. Let's go. Okay, so we have rolled Alcarid and 90 mining. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a quick look at these chunk tasks. And part 1 is the feud. So I am going to unlock chunk number 12. Just want to make sure I do this right. Yeah, there we go. It is now unlocked. So let's go. Okay, so here we are at the edge of our new chunk. This is now unlocked. It is our 4th chunk that we have unlocked. We are going to pay the 10 GP and welcome to our new chunk. It's pretty cool to be in a new area of the game, I'm not gonna lie. Having been in Edgeville for nearly 6 months at this point, 5.5 months. So how do I start the feud? I'm pretty sure I speak to this guy, Ali Morrisane. Why, that's trading him. Okay, so to be honest, I think that's all I have to do. So yeah, that's all I have to do for this chunk for now. So that is a chunk task completed and another completed chunk. So I will be back soon to roll another one. Okay, so we are back with another time to pick a chunk. We now have a few more available chunks to unlock. Alcarid might be a good one because it gives us the ability to tan stuff, so I can always go kill cows for cowhide, for leather stuff. There's also an agility course, so if I do unlock agility I just need to get to level 20 and then I can train some agility nicely and get some marks of growth too. There also is a crafting shop which I believe gives me molds, so if I get to that chunk then I can start using my silver bars and get my crafting up. There is also a size 9 shooting star, so there's also 90 slayer and crafter slayering. So I obviously can't do this, like I said with Barbarian Village it would be 70 crafting for the power amulet. And yeah, quite a lot of chunk tasks in there. What about Emmy's Arena? What's the chunk task in that? None. So this is a free roll, and this I believe is also a free roll, but it will also give me access to gold for the future. Oh no, it's not a free roll. There's also 90 mining. So there's 90 mining south, there's 90 mining north, there's also 90 mining north of Edgeville and south of Lumbridge. So 4 out of the possible 14 give me 90 mining immediately. So interesting. Let's roll. Okay, so we have got Emir's Arena and the Kingdom of Mistlin. What chunk tasks do we have here? Cook's Assistant, complete Recipe for Disaster, another cook, Lumbridge during easy task, and obtain gardening boots. So to be honest, they're both pretty free, but for the teleport option, I think I'm going to unlock Emir's Arena. So no new chunk tasks. So we're going to be rolling again in a minute, but let's head back to the main game and let's go unlock our new chunk. So on the world map, unlock Emir's Arena, and here we go. We now have a teleport we can use because it teleports us right here. So yeah, that is beautiful. I think we actually had that anyway. Just realised we actually had that anyway. So now we have all of this area to unlock. Some new music tracks, which is always nice. Few item spawns. Nothing too wild in this chunk. Doesn't look like there's anything around really. Maybe. No, can't even fight those. No, to be honest, there's nothing really here. So let's go back to the chunk picker and roll again. Okay, we are back with the third roll of the day, of the hour. We now have the Mage training arena, which is, oh, that's a big boy. There's a lot of a lot of tasks there, including 90 mining and wielding a magic shortbow, which would be an insta task done. We would have to be able to burn magic logs, which I think is 75 fire making, and magic shield. I'm not actually sure. I think that's roughly 90 fletching. A lot of stuff, obtaining obviously all the drops, all of infinity, bones to peaches, master wand. So that is a big chunk. Obviously got the abandoned mine somehow next to us. No chunk task there either. We also have the Giant's Plateau, which is a lot of smithing, and also wielding a rune crossbow. So I'm not actually sure what smithing level this is, but if you're crafting a rune crossbow, I'm just gonna say it's quite a high one. Smith a rune 2-8 sword, there you go. So it's actually 99 smithing. 99 smithing there, and a hell of a long chunk above us. Let's roll. Oh my, so we've got Mage Training Arena and Eastern Varrock. So let's see what is... No, sorry, Western Varrock. So Smith and Adamant Plate Body is 85 smithing, I think. Might be 88 smithing. So that instantly makes you want to do Mage Training Arena, but even then... oh no, even then that is 90 mining. Let's have a look at all these chunk tasks again. So we've got Magic Shortbow, which is honestly great for the account, so that would be really nice to have. Bones to Peaches, burn magic logs. Oh, this is going to be such a long chunk, but I don't want to do 85 smithing, whatever the smithing level is. So I think it's going to take a hell of a long time, and I have a 99 woodcutting passively from Lumbridge. But I think I'm going to roll the Mage Training Arena. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't believe that. Look at all these tasks. Infinity Top, Master 1, Mage's Book, Infinity Hat, Magic Shield, Infinity Bottoms, Infinity Boots, Infinity Gloves, Bones to Peaches, and 90 mining. So I'm not going to be able to I'm not going to be able to escape the mines of Edgeville. But there you go. This will be picked up in the next episode. We are just going to go and unlock it for now. And oh, this is going to take me so long. Oh my goodness. So yeah, here we are. Unlock the Mage Training Arena. This is now a chunk that we have. Got a new bank here as well. Magic trees either side. This is going to be our home for the next however long. So, after doing a bunch of calculations, if I want to greenlog the Mage Training Arena, I would need all of these items. So full infinity, every wand, the Mage's Book, and Bones to Peaches. So this estimates that I would need 5,000 lore runes, 10,000 nature runes, actually 12,500 nature runes, and 5,000 cosmic runes. Now in theory, that shouldn't be too hard to get. but I have no viable way really of collecting all of these runes. The best method I have, excluding Obal, of collecting lore runes is by killing Chaos Druids, and they drop lore runes 1 in 18. The best way I have of collecting nature runes is from killing thugs, and the best method I have of getting cosmic runes is from killing hill giants, which drop 2 at a 1 in 64 drop rate. Now what this means is, if I go on rate having to kill these monsters to collect all of these runes, I would have to kill 48,000 Chaos Druids to collect all my lore runes. I would need to kill 330,000 hill giants to collect all of my cosmic runes, and to collect all of my nature runes I would need to kill over 120,000 thugs. So what this means is I would have to kill 500,000 monsters just to get the runes required to greenlug the Mage training arena. Now this is not viable, and this would probably take well over a year to kill all of those monsters, especially as I don't have the best gear or the best stats. So I am taking the hard decision to backlog the Mage training arena until I have a viable source of runes, whether that's a mage shop or something like that, or a way of rune crafting them all. Say if I unlock Guardians of the Rift, then this will instantly unbacklog and I have to do that all. But for now, I will be backlogging the Mage training arena. You look at my map, now that I have backlogged the Mage training arena, I am left with these tasks: 75 fire making to burn some magic logs, 87 fletching to fletch a magic shield, 60 magic to cast bones to peaches. We actually already have 60 magic, but this task shouldn't be available to us because we've backlogged Mage training arena. 90 mining to mine a size 9 shooting star, 52 prayer, which we have, we just need to go and do the task. 50 range, so we only need to get 40 to 50 range, so nice and easy. 75 woodcutting, which is cutting some magic logs, which we have 75. We actually have 88, we just need to go and do the task. Obtain a magic short bow. All I need to do is cut one magic log, cut it into a short bow, and then string it. Obtain a magic shield, which is 87 fletching, and then 2 diary tasks which are listed above, which is prayer whilst praying smite, which we can do, and the other task I believe is to cut some magic logs. So a sizable grind still, 90 mining and 87 fletching, the two main ones, obviously 75 farm making too. So yeah, let's go and let's get on with it.